Happy Saturday evening. Hello and welcome to the North American Film Critics Association Awards for the 2023 year of films. We have a few categories that are already out. You can find all those winners posted on our Twitter account, NA Film Critic. We will recap those here briefly. My name is Matt, one of the board members here, and we will go around starting with Amanda, just in a circle. Everybody can introduce yourself.
One of the board members as well, and I was really excited to do this tonight with all of you lovely people. We have some great categories, so yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I'm Megan. Hi. I'm really excited to be here too. It's my first time being on, so thank you guys for having me on. And I can't wait to see who wins.
I guess I'll go to Allison. Yeah.
Hi, and you also might see my cat Aiden poking around throughout the show.
My name is Don Shanahan. Great to be here, second year with NAFCA, and we have great categories and good awards to give tonight.
Hi, I'm Gabriel. Really excited, just third year. Can't believe it. It went by really, really fast. I feel like we just had that Fableman's debate a year ago. So I'm very excited about this year for the Barbenheimer debate.
There it is.
Yep, and it should be fun. We have 9 categories that we'll be giving away live on the broadcast tonight, and probably a couple more folks will be jumping on here. But before we get into that, I thought we would recap the winners. You can find these graphics again up on our Twitter account, but we had a few of the categories we did pre-show. The first one was Best Animal Performance this year, which went to Snoop from Anatomy of a Fall.
Yay.
Best cinematography went to Oppenheimer, and that's a name you should get used to hearing because we have a couple already up there, and I'm sure it'll be in contention for a few more. Best animated feature, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I know Phil Lord seemed pretty happy about that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Best comedy film went to Joyride. Best costume design went to Barbie. Just some beautiful world creation there. Best documentary, still a Michael J. Fox movie.
Yay!
Best editing went to Oppenheimer. Best horror film went to A24's Talk to Me. Best indie film, another A24 release, Past Lives. Best production design also went to Barbie. Best international feature went to Anatomy of a Fall.
Yes.
Best score went to Oppenheimer. Best screenplay, second for Past Lives. Best sound, and the fourth of the day so far for Oppenheimer. Best special effects, an interesting one here, went to Poor Things.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
And best suspense, John Wick Chapter 4. And in fact, you know what? Those folks might still be fighting for all we know. As I was recapping winners there, we were joined by Nadia. We want to introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Nadia here.
Helen.
Nice to see everybody.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time tonight.
All right. Are you guys ready to start giving away some awards?
Oh, boy.
Yes. I'm also nervous, so we'll see what happens.
First category up for live is Best Hidden Gem, and the nominees are Rye Lane, Polite Society, They Clone Tyrone, When Evil Lurks, Gran Turismo, and Sanctuary. So first up, Amanda, we'll let you give your vote.
Yeah, I'm voting for Rye Lane. I watched it at Sundance, and I absolutely fell in love with that rom-com. I loved the leads. They were fantastic together, had great chemistry. So yeah, I'm going to be voting for Rye Lane.
All right, Meg?
I voted for They Clone Tyrone on Netflix. I think it's just such a cool, like, goofy but also just insane movie. And I love John Boyega, so
Facts. I agree.
All right, Gabe, we'll come to you.
So I was gonna make a joke about anyway, I like When Evil Lurks. We're actually shameless plug. We're going to be talking about it on my pod this week because we both really liked it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it won't be as hitting going forward.
I'll keep splitting the votes. I'll go with Polite Society, a movie I would have gladly taken for best stunts and some good action this year too, and great to see strong female characters and a good streamer.
Nice.
Nadia?
I'm also going with Polite Society. It's one of the most fun times I've had this year with the movie. Loved all the stunts, and the story was pretty great too.
Ricky, who's another one of our board members, ditched us for California and unfortunately cannot be here tonight, but I do have his votes. We made him, he said X marks the spot for his votes on our sheet. He also voted for They Cloned Tyrone, a movie that he enjoyed.
Wow.
So we have a couple of movies kind of tied there. I'm going to go with Rye Lane, and that will be the winner. It has 4.
Allison has to vote.
Oh, Allison, sorry, I forgot you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, I also wanted to vote for When Evil Lurks. I saw it in the theater, and I had no idea what to expect, and it just was like completely amazing.
Nice.
Is that a tie now?
Yeah, is that
No,
Or-
Rye Lane has 4, and then 2 for Polite Society, 2 for They Cloned Tyrone, and 2 for When Evil Lurks.
Okay.
Yay, Riley.
Very deserving winner.
Yeah. All right. So next up is the best streaming movie. And we could actually just call this the best Netflix movie.
Look at that.
As I'm looking here, the nominees are The Killer, which was on Netflix, Maestro, also on Netflix. In fact, I'm a spoiler, they were all on Netflix. They Cloned Tyrone, Fair Play, Society of the Snow, and May December. So let's start at the bottom, work our way up. Nadia, what is your pick?
Well, I just saw Society of the Snow a couple of nights ago, and that was fantastic. But I do have to go with May December here. It's in my top 3 of the year in general, so got to go with Todd Haynes on this. May December for me.
All right, Allison.
I'm also going to have to go with May December. This is one of my most challenging categories because I like to see Netflix films in the theater, and I saw May December in the theater, so perhaps that's cheating, but it was a good experience.
Don?
I will follow likely our fearless leader Ricky with saying Maestro. Also a Netflix movie that I was lucky to see in the big screen, which does skew the experience, but I found that to be one of the more impressive movies of the year and in my top 5.
Gabe, how about you?
Well, I love how we're all plugging the theater experience on a category that's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
It says a lot, right, about the movie experience. But I'm gonna go with The Killer, which is not being as popular right now. But it's not Fincher's best, obviously. But I enjoyed it.
All right, Meg.
I went with They Cloned Tyrone again, but this was really tough because I feel like a lot of movies this year, especially on Netflix, were very, very good. But I just went with They Cloned Tyrone. I just had a lot of fun with it, and I thought it was really great.
Amanda?
I am a Fincher girly, so I am going to go with The Killer. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's not his best, but I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm happy we got to see Michael Fassbender in that light. So it was pretty cool for me.
Don, you were correct. Ricky did pick Maestro. I also voted for Maestro, and that gives us, it looks like 3 with May, December, and 3 with Maestro. So
break that tie.
what we will do is,
Here we go.
Who did not vote for one of those 2 movies? Let me look at our sheet. There are 3 of you guys. Oh, that's good. All right. So we'll start with you, Amanda. Which of those 2?
Ooh.
I'm going with Big Hoops. I'm going with Maestro. I have to. I loved it.
All right. Meg?
I'm gonna go with May December.
So, Gabe, it all comes down to you.
Again, don't leave it.
Here we go.
Oh, I'm going with Maestro.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine.
So that will leave us with Maestro just getting the edge. That was a super close one. Next up, we have Best Blockbuster. The nominations: Oppenheimer, Barbie, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, and John Wick Chapter 4. Amanda, go ahead and kick it off.
Oh wow. I'm gonna go with Oppenheimer. Shocking, but yes, I'm gonna go with Oppenheimer. For sure.
All right, Meg.
I went with Barbie.
Gabe.
I think in a reasonable world, I would go for Oppenheimer because I do think it was the best blockbuster of the year. However, it's winning a whole bunch of awards tonight for other things that are probably more important than this award. The categories are probably more important than the best blockbuster. So I'm going for a movie that I just rewatched, and it was even better on rewatch, which is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. It was really, really good.
Okay.
Probably the only vote it's gonna get, but.
All right, Don.
I will follow Meg with Barbie with not a reservation in my mind.
Allison.
Same, Barbie. I mean, it was the film to show up for. I had to choose what was I going to see that weekend first, Barbie or Oppenheimer. It was going to be Barbie. I was going to be dressed up all in pink. I was going to get new shoes for the occasion, which I haven't worn before since. I was going to take the cute pink pictures, and it was the experience, and it was the film that dominated the box office. And yeah, because of all the marketing that worked, it was fun.
Nadia, how about you?
I echo everything that Allison just said. I'm a Barbie girl.
Ricky also took Barbie, as did I.
There it is.
That one, pretty clear-cut winner there. Barbie getting its third of the day for us, winning the Best Blockbuster Award. Next up, we're going to move into the acting categories. You guys ready?
I am.
Oh Lord.
First up, Best Supporting Actor, and the nominees are Ryan Gosling from Barbie, Robert Downey Jr. from Oppenheimer, Sterling K. Brown from American Fiction, Mark Ruffalo from Poor Things, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Charles Melton for May, December. And Nadia, you get to kick us off.
Ooh, okay. This is a really tough category. I love how different all of these performances are, and on any given day, I could go with any one of these, but I gotta go with Charles Melton. He gave one of my favorite performances of the year. So haunting, so memorable. I still am thinking about it to this day, so he gets the edge for me on this one.
Allison, how about you?
I'm going to have to go with Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. I mean, he was, to me, like the most intense. And at a certain point, he spoke Blackbird. And I was just like, whoa. I know one movie, he was like speaking Arabic. That was another movie. And then this movie. I mean, he just seems to be so versatile. And he can do comedy and drama. And of course, this was drama. It was so intense. Number one pick, definitely.
Don?
I'm sidelined by the idea of Robert De Niro doing languages, and all I think of is that great SNL skit where he's doing terrorist names. No, for the cold open. For me, I think comedy is way harder to do than all of this drama here, where I have to tip my hat at Ryan Gosling. That is I know it's a hammy thing to get out there and do what you're doing, but to be committed to that bit, to sing, to dance, to be a doofus, to get the best lines, to sell that. I'm not seeing a better acting job this year from top to bottom, supporting or otherwise, than Ryan giving everything he's got into that. So Ryan Gosling for Barbie.
Gabe, how about you?
Well, I'm surprised. It's very divided. I'm going for Robert Downey Jr., who was fantastic as in Oppenheimer. What was his name? Strauss? Something Strauss?
Yeah.
All right, Meg.
I'm going to go with Robert Downey Jr. as well.
A tie. Finally, all these singles have been broken up here. We got a double in the house here.
Amanda?
We know what's
Guess
happening up here.
who? I know. Guess who I'm voting for? Listen, my boy got a meaty role once again, and he really shined in Oppenheimer. So I have to go with Robert Downey Jr. I've been campaigning for him this entire time. So yeah, it's going to him for me.
Ricky went with Ryan Gosling.
Hmm.
I'm also going to go with Robert Downey Jr., and that will give him
Okay.
the edge. So,
Close. Take
Woohoo!
2 there.
yeah, a lot of worthy candidates
Oh,
in a lot of these
stacked field.
categories. A lot of great performances this year. That brings us to Best Supporting Actress, and the nominees: Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Rachel McAdams for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple, Jodie Foster in Naiad, and America Ferrera in Barbie. Amanda, I will let you kick things off.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving this to Divine Joy Randolph. She really moved me in The Holdovers, and I really loved her performance this past year. So it was awesome.
All right, Meg.
I'm going with Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple. I have loved her since I've seen her in Orange is the New Black, and I love seeing her progression as an actress. And I think she just absolutely shines in The Color Purple.
All right, Gabe.
Oh, I'm going for Divine Joy Randolph too. Front runner for a lot of awards. She's great.
All right, Don.
I will be in the America Ferrera camp for Barbie because in a movie where everybody else is plastic, she's the real one that says the most real things, and I loved it. Not just the monologue, but the rest of the way she can carry herself, be as a mom. Wonderful stuff. I'll take America Ferrera.
Allison, how about you?
I'm also going to have to go with Divine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers because I felt like her performance was like the most human, the most real, the most touching. That's what it is for me.
Nadia, how about you?
I'm also going to go with Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. I think she's such a key to why that ensemble works so well. So she gets my vote.
All right. Ricky had voted for Danielle Brooks. It was a close one for me. I voted for Danielle Brooks as well. But Divine Joy Randolph gets it 4-3.
Okay.
Woo!
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So another close vote. I think that's just emblematic of the year we had. Moving on, we will get Best Actor nominees here: Cillian Murphy, Jeff Bradley, Maestro, Zac Efron for The Iron Claw,
Woo!
and Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. Nadia, why don't you go ahead and kick us off?
Well, first of all, I got to say how great it is that Zac Efron's here. Yes, love that. This is a tough one, but I got to go with Cillian Murphy. He is just astounding. I walked out of Oppenheimer just thinking about his facial expressions alone. I just think he gives the performance of his career and one of the best performances of the year, period. So, Cillian.
All right, Allison.
Well, I love Paul Giamatti, but the clear winner for me was Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. I've been wanting to see him in more leading roles, and like this was it, and he delivered, and it was perfect. And I can't imagine anyone else outdoing him.
Don, how about you?
Oh man, I'll be the Maestro stan again. Bradley Cooper and Maestro, just a powerful all-round spot. I know he probably gets more credit in that movie for directing it, putting that whole thing together, but to still get himself out there under the makeup, with the doing the conducting work, just throwing himself into that role and putting it out there across the ages, just boy, he was good. Impressed me more than I can't say more than many of the nominees here, but did it for me right there.
Gabe?
Oh, I'm going with Cillian Murphy for sure. I love that performance. He was really good.
Meg, how about you?
I am going to go with Zac Efron. I think what he did in that movie is absolutely incredible. The stunt work he had to do while still maintaining an amazing performance is just mind-blowing. I couldn't imagine doing something like that. I think that this is probably the best performance I've seen of a leading actor this year. I mean, it was really hard to choose, obviously, because there's just so many good ones. But
Truly.
I'm thinking back on what like stayed with me the most, and it was that one.
All right, Amanda.
I am also going with my boy Zachary. I was really happy that we nominated him. Hopefully, the Oscars and the Academy listen to us because I really want him nominated. He was absolutely fantastic, and I get emotional just being there since day one for him and seeing him deliver this performance was amazing. So yeah, definitely Zach.
Does being there since day one mean you were a High School Musical fan? Is that what you
Hell's
she's saying.
yeah,
That's what she's saying.
yeah. I grew
Sure.
up with him. It hits. It's just different.
There's probably no bigger Iron Claw fan than Ricky, so naturally he voted for Zac Efron. He's been at the premiere. He's been shilling for it for a couple of months. I voted for Cillian Murphy, which means that we have 2 deadlocked at 3.
Okay.
Allison and Don, you guys were the ones that voted out of this group for somebody else. So
Okay.
Don, I'll let you go first. Of those 2, who would you vote for?
Zac Efron, hands down. Easy one there. Between those 2, come on.
Allison?
Okay, so it's between Zac Efron and
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Murphy. That's tough, but I did don't cover your mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Zac Efron.
There we go. There we go.
Right.
I love the Iron Claw.
Oh, what a day. That's great.
He will
Oh my
get
god, my heart is beating so fast.
I know.
I didn't get through anyone. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's exciting.
That's amazing.
This was probably the hardest one. I think it's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times like I'd hit X on one and I'm like, oh.
Same. I switched
know.
in between.
I just had to
X and
stop at
talking
some
now.
point.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm gonna say this is my bad. I was not noticing we were getting comments because I was doing math on the spreadsheet.
I forgot
Trying
your
to
line.
keep track. So if you've been making comments, your comments do matter. There's so many eyes. I had to memorize the order of how people work because I can't even see the screen.
Oh geez, that's all right.
Tracking our math.
it feels like Amanda should have been doing this, but
Yeah,
that's
Amanda, quick,
Wow.
Allison, quick, switch screens with me.
Amanda-
Scoot over, no.
Amanda's working on the graphics.
I have graphics going
Yeah.
live.
Hard enough.
This is hard.
But thank you for those of you that are posting comments. I will try to keep better track. All right, we are up to Best Actress nominees. Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra, I think it's Huller or Hewler for Anatomy of a Fall. Look, if Ricky was here, we would have mispronounced a lot more things. So, Greta Lee for Past Lives, Margot Robbie for Barbie, and Carey Mulligan for Maestro. Amanda, I will let you kick it off.
I am going with Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon because she was incredible in that, and I really want her to win on all fronts. So, yeah.
I agree. I'm a Gladstone girly, so
Yeah.
really Gladstone all the way.
Gabe?
I'm just I was going through the nominees again. I was like, where is Emma Stone? She's not there. So I'm very disappointed
I
in
know.
that. But
I know
out
that
of
was
these,
a
I
little
don't know what
shocking for
happened.
me too.
I don't know what happened, but
she was absolutely
Yeah.
my favorite. But
Same.
out of these, I think Lily Gladstone just was the best part of that movie, and it was a movie with Robert De Niro and DiCaprio. It was quite an achievement.
I'm like Meg. I keep taking that X and jiggling it around. I'm going to go with Greta Lee from Past Lives. I think that's the most well-rounded female performance that's there. I think Lily Gladstone is category fraud. I think she's a supporting actress. But yeah, I'll let her slide in this one and win. But I'll still throw some love out to Greta Lee for Past Lives.
All right, Allison.
Okay, so this is a very solid category, and it's really hard to choose. I almost went for Sandra Hüller, and I want her to win, but also Lily Gladstone. It's pretty historic what's going on with her right now, and I mean for her to act opposite of Leonardo DiCaprio and everyone, and just to give a totally emotional performance, and like by the time it was ending, I was like crying and screaming with her. So I'm gonna have to go with her.
All right, Nadia.
Lots of great performances here, but I am going to go with Lily Gladstone. That performance has just stayed with me ever since I saw it. She's just remarkable.
We have a couple of people that have shouted out some of the nominees. Margot Robbie, I thought she was great. She didn't
Same.
get any votes from us, but she did make it into the field. And then we've gotten a couple of people that are excited about Greta Lee. Ricky voted for Greta Lee. So did I. This one was really close, but it does end up going to Lily Gladstone.
Woo.
That'll work.
Let me drop this off. So we have two big categories left. First up is Best Director, and the nominees here: Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese for The Killers of the Flower Moon, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Celine Song for Past Lives, and Greta Gerwig for Barbie. Nadia, I will let you kick this one off.
Oh, this is a really tough one too.
Mhm.
I could go back and forth on these, and I have. Initially I was going to go with Christopher Nolan, but my heart is telling me Celine Song. I rewatched Past Lives a couple of days ago, and I'm going to go with her.
All right.
All right.
Allison, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Martin Scorsese because for Killers of the Flower Moon. I mean, he's just like, to me, like one of the greatest directors working today.
Just today, though, right? Not the other
Just
7
yesterday.
years he's been doing this. Yeah.
Not any other day. I mean, before most of these directors
Sure.
were born, he was in the theater looking at all the sheds,
I think he mailed that one.
perfecting
in.
his craft.
What about the one time he did Hugo, but we don't talk about that one. Right?
I like
Hugo.
I like Hugo
Good.
too.
Gabriel.
See,
It's
I'm
fine
the-
for what it is.
I'm the guy
Come
who's
on.
like,
Come on.
see, I'm the guy who's like, remember the time he did Killers of the Flower Moon? Because that's the one for me that just doesn't do it. So for me, I'm going to be a Greta Gerwig and Barbie guy here, where the complete execution of that aesthetic and that idea and that huge collection of talent and ensemble to do a rom-com, a musical, a fantasy movie, and to do a family story, a woman's story. I mean, there's so many pieces and parts there, and then to execute it in that look and that style and that level, I see that as being greater than, sorry, Marty and Chris, all the other stuff that's cute and old and lame. Sorry. I'm going to be that guy in the middle. Mm-mm.
Gabe? We'll get off your lawn, Don. Don't worry.
I know. That's why I'm in the basement. That's why I'm
So
in the basement.
what you're saying is that Greta Gerwig did the perfect mix of the Lego movie with Enchanted, and now she gets
It's a hard thing to do.
right. Okay, no, sorry. I'm going for Christopher Nolan. That was no contest for me, except maybe Yorgos Lanthimos, but he's gonna get his shot eventually.
Meg, how about you?
This was pretty tough for me as well because I feel like all of these movies are extremely strong and like masterfully made. But I do have to go with Christopher Nolan. I just think that Oppenheimer and Barbie were both amazing experiences for me. I saw Oppenheimer in 70mm and it literally blew me away. So I'm going with Christopher Nolan.
All right.
Oh, Amanda.
It is Nolan Nation time. It is his time. And the second I saw Oppenheimer, I was like, holy Lord, this is the best thing he's made. It's like skyrocketed to my number one over Interstellar. I thought it was brilliant. It's a very well-rounded film, and he's just incredible. So it's his time. It's Nolan's time.
Ricky voted for Yorgos Lanthimos, but I'm wondering if he put it in the wrong box.
I have a
because
feeling
be
he
something.
did
I feel
because
like he
that
wanted Celine Song, but I'm going
It
to say he
doesn't-
voted for that because you know what, reading matters.
I'd say just roast Ricky because he's not here. It's
He's
fine.
not here to defend himself. I also voted for Christopher Nolan, which means that he gets the victory
Mhm.
there for Oppenheimer.
Nolan
I get it.
Nation.
I get it.
You know, it's tough for me though. not the get off my lawn vibe that you put out there, Don, but a lot of the other things that you said about Barbie, I thought both those movies were great, and both there was, I think it was Leo in the comments said it was a stacked lineup. It certainly
Very
was.
much
Everything it was so hard for me to vote for literally anything. I was like,
Tough one.
this could change by the day. Like,
It's a good year for movies. It was a good year.
yes, for sure.
Definitely.
Well, that brings us to the big one, which is Best Picture. Nominees are Oppenheimer, The Iron Claw, Barbie, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, and American Fiction. Amanda, you go first.
I am going with Oppenheimer, as it comes as a shock to so many of you that I would be voting for Oppenheimer. But yes, that is my Best Picture winner.
Meg.
I'm gonna go with Oppenheimer as well. This was, again, like I sound like a broken record, but this was really tough because the Iron Claw I voted for a lot in a lot of categories.
Yeah.
So it was really for them between those for me. But I'll just go with Oppenheimer.
Gabe, how about you?
Oppenheimer, for sure.
Woo.
All right, Don.
My lawnmower cuts plastic grass in the lawn. Barbie.
Allison.
I was really surprised, but the Iron Claw blew me away, and it was very unexpected. But out of those films, I'll have to go with Iron Claw.
All right, Nadia.
Going with Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky also went with Barbie, so he's chopping that plastic grass out there with you.
Yep.
Don. You guys.
He'll rake out bag, no problem. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's in California right now, so he might have gotten sucked in with the pastels and the people, on the
Probably.
skates. Down there.
I was supposed to be there tonight too.
He posted a picture from Venice Beach, so I feel like that influenced him.
He's living it. Yep.
It's been a real toss-up for me all year between Barbie and Oppenheimer, but in the end, I voted for Oppenheimer as well, and that is the one that got the win.
Oh, man.
Woo! I'm shocked.
So that brings its total to six total. I had 4 pre-show, and then got director and best picture.
Damn.
So it will be that is the leading winner.
Could have easily squeaked out 2 more because we were tied on Killian.
Yep.
Really close with. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. could knock on that door on a different day. That could have been 8 in a hurry.
Actually, wait, Robert Downey Jr. did win, so that's 7.
7. Well, then there you go. Man.
It's good. Math is hard.
It is.
You did your best.
Yep. Guilty.
And keeping it spread out is hard. So, do you guys have any other thoughts on the year that was in movies?
Oh man. I like seeing. It feels like the second year in a row that international cinema is getting some love. Between things like Zone of Interest and Anatomy of a Fall, and even Godzilla. When you can follow a movie year that had like RRR last year and some of that, where it's really in Polite Society on a small level, Sisu on a small level. There's so much good international cinema making its way into bigger audiences that the more the merrier. If that trend can keep going, if Hollywood can kind of find some distributors that want to pick these movies up and get them in the multiplexes for people to see, I'm all for it. It's been a nice year for that.
Yeah, I think it feels a bit of almost like a throwback to the 90s, early 2000s era, where you would get like the Saving Private Ryans, the Gladiator. You would get like those types of movies being blockbusters and then nominated, and that trend sort of stopped. Like when movies like Coda, nothing against Coda, I'm just saying not a lot of people watch that, right? We're winning, and then this year we had like the 2 biggest, or some of the 2 biggest movies at the box office just stopping the nominations.
Both crossed $1 billion. So
yeah, it's been a great year for debut directors as well. Past Lives, 1001, Rye Lane.
Yes.
So many great titles there.
Definitely. It's been a great year. I think we were all overwhelmed in 2023. And that's like clear with the nominations. And then obviously you don't know who to pick because everything has just been so incredible. So yeah, we were very fortunate in 2023, which is awesome. And I don't know what's going to happen in 2024, but it's going to be a tough year to beat, in my opinion. So
can you imagine if we had that strike shortened year that everything ended in July? Can you imagine if this was
Oh
just
my
Barbie and
God.
Oppenheimer? Look at how backloaded this year was with American Fiction, The Holdovers, all that November, December stuff, which is so good.
Yeah.
Imagine if we didn't have all that and we were just talking about Barbie and Oppenheimer, which we still kind of did. But imagine if we had a strike shortened year, so to speak, and we didn't, which is great.
Yeah, it's true.
Talking about Aquaman,
Yeah.
you know.
We
Gabriel.
Spider-Man.
we probably could have let Aquaman go.
Yeah.
Stay at the bottom of the ocean.
I do think it's a very diverse year of storytelling. Like all of these movies, like I never in my life thought a movie about a wrestling family would like
Right.
impact me the way it did, or a
Yep.
movie about Robert Oppenheimer, or I mean, I figured a Barbie movie I would be into, but not in the way I feel like that it did.
Agreed.
And Killers of the Flower Moon is just so good, and 1001. I rewatched it not last night, the night before, and wow, just so many great movies this year. And like Amanda said, I'm really excited for this year, but
Yeah,
2023 is definitely one to remember.
Mhm.
definitely.
There was that other wrestling movie a few years ago. I'm blanking on the name with Channing Tatum and
Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name? Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That wasn't as much about wrestling as about Steve Carell being creepy.
True.
Oh, I like the morning show.
Yeah. That's what it led to.
Or The Office. I don't know. He plays a lot of creeps.
Yes.
Well,
Moving on.
all right. I want to thank all of you guys for joining us and everyone who is out there watching another great year for films. And we just wish Ricky all the best. The hardship that he's suffering being in Southern California, while the rest of us are either getting feet of snow or
Yep.
sub-zero temperatures, or both.
I was supposed to be there too. Couldn't make it. Yeah.
Glad everyone's power held out too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hope everybody stays safe out there
And
with all the
warm.
storms going on and warm out there. You can look for a recap report. Will get published on our site with all the winners. They're getting posted. The graphics are posting to our Twitter account as well. And that's a wrap on 2023. Can't wait to see 2024.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everyone.